Name, Merrick Jackson. Position, play D tackle. Hometown, I'm from Southern Illinois. I describe my game as a little bit of finesse with a lot of power. My best football accomplishment by far is probably, I think I've had a pick in every year I've played football, so hopefully I can continue. Favorite NFL player, probably Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers because he plays for the Packers. That's my favorite team. Go Pack, go. When I came on my visit, it was out of the two schools I visited at that time, it was the one place that gave me more of a family feel. The most exciting part of playing at TCF Bank Stadium is probably the fans and the atmosphere. I feel like the game that I went to was really cold, the Illinois game, and they still showed up. So I can't wait to see how they are when it's warm out. It means a lot. I feel like if I'd have showed up at any other school, I wouldn't have got the same feeling that I got here. So, and it was a hard adjusting to a new college, and they made it pretty easy. The lifting part is coming pretty easy. It's moving weight. The running, though, that's something I always have problems with. I think a lot of big guys do. There's a couple guys here that I know, like Ace and Cody. So, like, right away, they just introduced me to their friends and made me feel like I was at home already. Me and Cody played at Iowa Western together. But yeah, first time I met him was at Iowa Western. He had that long flowing hair. Kind of reminded me of Rapunzel.
Welcome to www.killthatnoise.com. I'm your boy, the Cameron McMahon. I got my man Joe Son with me, and today we have the pleasure of having on my man, Merrick Jackson III, University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. Merrick, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Man, that's good, man. Hey, listen, I just want to tell you up front before we get started, you're a big guy, you know, and I loved watching you on film. Some of the stuff I saw on you, like I was excited about it, and I'm looking forward to see what you're gonna do on the next level.
Well,
So,
I'm definitely glad to hear that.
yes, sir. So let me ask you this: I know coming out, you went to Iowa Western Community College, you know, and coming out from Iowa Western, you're kind of torn between two schools with Iowa State and Minnesota. I want to ask you, like, what was the deciding factor with choosing Minnesota?
I think the visits that I took really decided like where I ended up. Because at first it was really more just me trying to choose between the Big Ten and was it what conference is Iowa State in? Big 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just me trying to. At first, it was me trying to decide between those two conferences, and then once I took my visit to each school, I really decided it for me. Minnesota is where I wanted to be at.
Now, what was it about the visits that took your attention away that you said, "All right, this is where I want to go"?
Just the feel I got from the staff that was there at that time, and the players, and there were a couple familiar faces at Minnesota that I played football with in junior college at Iowa Western.
Okay. So, I want to ask. So, I know this year at Minnesota, y'all had the opportunity to have a new head coach, PJ Fleck, and I know the season might not turn out the way you probably had wanted to go this season, but I've saw a lot of good things about Minnesota and things that Fleck brought to the table. Like how was that getting a new coach, and how was that adjustment with him coming in?
Coach Fleck is an amazing coach. I feel like they got something special going on at Minnesota.
Yeah.
Just him and his personality was, I think, the biggest thing he brought to Minnesota because he told us one thing that I really remember. He's like, you take on the personality of your head coach,
Yeah.
and I
Right.
think for someone that wants to be successful, I think to have that personality that he has is really great.
Right. Now let me ask you: do you play with a chip on your shoulder, knowing that coming out of high school you were only a three-star recruit, and a lot of schools passed up on you? Do you use that as motivation?
No, I feel like even being a three-star recruit was a blessing for me. Who, as coming in high school, I thought probably the highest level of football I probably ever played was D1 AA. Um, so yeah, being a three-star recruit for me was a blessing.
So, and you mentioned coming out of high school, and I saw that you were from East St. Louis, Illinois. And, you know
Mhm.
that particular city has a reputation. Like, what kind of benefit can you say you gained growing up in East St. Louis that you were able to use as motivation uh, in what you do?
I think at first, what really drove me is me wanting to get my family out of that neighborhood,
Definitely.
yeah, or that city. But I think now that I've grown and matured, I feel like me wanting to go back at some point in my
Mhm.
career or after my career and try to make a difference there, whether it be through just through anything. Honestly, just putting bringing business back to East St. Louis, or I don't know, just trying to make a difference.
Right.
Right.
Now, what do you take away from your childhood growing up there?
I think it's giving me like an edge. Um, I think that's one thing. Like I know a lot of kids have grown up in bad situations and they use it, and I feel like I use it in the same way as like not wanting to go back to that place or having to be back in that place. As
Yeah.
being stuck.
Right.
So, and just talking about that, Mary, I know this year you had the opportunity to play at Iowa. And we know they have one of those traditions that's growing. And I know you retweeted and talked about it a little bit. Can you tell me what that tradition of that wave being there, knowing the situations that you grew up in East St. Louis, and knowing what that stands for? Like what kind of thought process do that put that you in what you are able to do with going forward in your humanitarian type stuff? Like how did you feel in those moments?
I think just me being in the mindset that Coach Fleck always reminded us to be in was like because we used to always go and visit the. Well, I went once to go visit the hospital with the sick kids, the children's hospital, and
Mm-hmm.
like he used to always just remind us like those kids have bad days, like we don't have bad days,
Right.
like the stuff that they go through and the stuff that we go through are like totally different levels, and that we need to appreciate them more often. So being in that mindset is like that tradition of
Mm-hmm.
the wave, just being a part of it. It was like a very great feeling. I don't want to say like I felt like I was gonna cry because so I'm a big dude, but
It's
yeah,
all right. Hey,
nah, nah, it was a great moment though, and I really appreciate being a part of it.
so I know that's something that Coach Fleck has brought, and you mentioned it as far as the personality and those type of things, his emotion and the stuff he carried over. Um, we saw that was trending a video of Minnesota. He did a Easter egg hunt.
Oh yeah.
Take us through that. Like, what does that mean for the team? These kind of things.
I think these are just like types of things that I don't know if other coaches do, but I think that Coach Fleck does well, and it's just like uh, these events that bring us together as a team and like shows us how to like that Easter egg hunt. Like he taped us all together, like we all were taped together, so we really had to communicate and talk to each other
Mm-hmm.
and learn to work as a team. or with a team member, So I think he does that very well.
Right. Do you feel like that helped you guys out as a team?
Yeah. Um, I think any type of relationship building is great for a team.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I know the final game against Wisconsin, um, y'all end up losing 31-0. Not the outcome that we will want uh, to have our final one go. But on a ended on a loss like that, like what do you take away from a game like that, uh, moving into training for the next level? Like what kind of motivation does that give you, and to train and to develop and become better?
I think we at this past season we've had a couple games not go our way. Um, like Northwestern or whatever it may be. But I feel like just all those games just got to continue to keep moving forward. Um, Losing like that is my last game. I know like, there was other stuff like tied on to that game, like the X and
Mm-hmm.
uh, it being my last game. It was senior day. I don't I think I don't know. I just don't know. It was I wouldn't because I really always I'm always a positive. Try to be positive. I always try to take the positives out of every like situation.
Right.
But I don't know. I think yeah, that was just like I don't know. We got whooped, man.
So, so my thing is like, what kind of things have you personally said to say, hey, this is what I need to work on. This is what I'm trying to show a GM or owner why I could fit, like what I bring to the table.
I think from being a defensive tackle or bigger defensive tackle, I think showing that you can be able to pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I feel like you can find a lot of guys that are big and that can take up a double team here and there, take up a
Right.
gap.
Right.
But it's yeah, space eaters.
Right.
But I feel like if you can find a person that it's like a Swiss Army knife,
Yeah.
I'm a jack of all trades, then I feel like, and I think that's just like the next thing I can keep working on is my pass rush.
Right. Now I'm gonna read you a quote. This is from a draft expert. His name is Tony Pauline. I apologize if I say that right. He says that senior defensive tackle Merrick Jackson is highly inconsistent, but he can be unstoppable when on. Now I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of a general manager, like Cam was saying, in the shoes of a coach, even the owners. Why should I give you a chance? What makes you different from the rest of the prospects at your position? What kind of player am I getting? Who is Merrick Jackson?
Yeah, that's a really good question, man. Let's see. Say it again. Give it to me one more time.
All right. This is a quote from a draft expert, Tony Pauline. He says Minnesota redshirt defensive tackle Merrick Jackson is highly inconsistent but can be unstoppable when on. Now, like Cam said, I'm going to put myself in the shoes of a general manager, of a coach, of maybe even an owner. Why should I give
Mhm.
you a chance? What makes you different from the rest of the prospects at your position? And then what kind of player am I getting? Who is Merrick Jackson?
Um, I'm really just a nobody trying to make it. I feel like I don't have anything to lose, so I can go out and with no pressure and just give it. You know, I think that'll allow me to be able to like no one's expecting anything from me
Right.
Mm-hmm.
being in my position. So, and I think once that's what's gonna give me my edge.
Right. Right.
All right. So if I'm a GM, why should I give you a chance? Why should I go into the draft? Why should go scouting you? What kind of player am I gonna get that I'm gonna be like, all right, I want this guy on my team?
Oh, okay. So like coming out of the this culture that I've been in this last year,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just go go go. Um, I feel like I'd be able to give more than the next guy. I feel like this last year, like running to the ball after plays or during plays was stressed so much, and I feel like that's helped me that much more.
and my ability to just go.
Right.
Yeah. So I see you when I look at you. Like I say, you're a big guy, 6'2". Some people got you at around 320, give or take a few pounds. I see
Mhm.
a Vince Wilfork type player. How dominant he was on the next level with his size and his strength. Who is somebody that you could say that you kind of pattern your game after?
If I could choose to take anyone's game, I would take. This is hard. Mike Daniels for the Packers. I
Yeah,
feel like he's a big, strong dude that just.
Right.
I mean, like he's not even that tall, but
He's a, yeah, he's strong.
he's a warthog. That just moves people out of his way.
Right.
yeah. Hey, that's a good one, man. Listen, I want to shoot
Yeah.
some rapid fire at you, okay? So simple questions, rapid fire questions, kind of get to know you. All right.
Look,
Here
no,
we go.
no questions are simple questions when it comes to me,
Here we go.
man.
Some rapid fire questions. Here we go. LeBron or MJ?
Oh, LeBron.
Who you got?
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Who you got in the
Pats
Super
or
Bowl?
Eagles?
Eagles,
What
Pats.
you said? Who I got in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Eagles or Patriots.
Let's go with the Packers.
Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
What you got?
What's your favorite drink?
Right now, water.
Water.
Okay.
Do you watch football? You watch the NFL?
Oh yeah,
Who's your favorite player?
my favorite player. Um, at my position,
Any
I
position.
would say. No, I was just gonna say my position first, because I feel like he's the
You gotta watch your craft.
he's the godfather of D tackles.
Right.
That's Aaron Donald.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good.
Oh yeah. Game day, right?
hmm
Give me your top three. Who you got in your earphones?
Um, I'm not, because I like to ease into it. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to come blazing, walk fresh
Come
off the
on, give
boat.
them to me. I'm the
You
same
know what
way.
I'm saying? So you got to work your way up to it. So I like to start off a little old, some old classic R&B maybe,
Okay, okay.
and then just gradually work up from there. Maybe but the song I listen to right before I go out, I've always listened to the song like before games. It's Drowning Pool,
Hmm.
Bodies, and then it's another one, but I can't say the title because it got. it's
Well, who
by
the
it's
artist?
by it's by Webby.
Okay,
Okay, we got
some Webby. I'm with the Webby now.
Yeah.
you. All right. So
Here go
what?
my favorite question. Let me ask this:
Go ahead.
Who's the greatest Mike? Tyson, Jackson, or Jordan?
Jordan. Let's go with Jordan
Why?
because he's still on top.
All right. So when you're not training for the combine, what do you do to stay busy? You got any hobbies? Video games? What keeps you busy?
This is like it's only a couple dudes up here right now that play FIFA. So I'm trying to, I be beating
Yeah.
them in FIFA whenever they trying to play, or I'm on Call of Duty,
Oh,
giving out
Call of Duty.
Okay.
giving out
Definitely.
that work. You know what I'm saying?
You're on Xbox and PS4.
PS4.
PS4. Okay. I was gonna say we're on Xbox. We can play FIFA.
Oh, I can't do the Xbox though.
So let me ask you this: So, in the training, going for training toward uh, the draft and all this, getting yourself prepared, who you working with? Like what kind of routines and how hard and how strict is it above and beyond? I know the college workouts and things like that. As
Oh,
far as your
like
expectation.
once you get outside of college, I feel like the workouts they get a lot less intense.
Okay.
So it's not like you going crazier. I think because you have to take care of your body more because it's a business. Now, but I feel like right now I'm doing a lot of track workouts.
Okay.
Um, just trying to get so I can run a fast 10, fast 40. Uh, I mean those have been pretty decent. We had a good workout today. It's all light. I mean not lightweight, but it's a decent amount of weight, but a lot of reps. So that's not too bad.
Gotcha. And right now you're training at TCR Performance, right?
Yep.
So what are the guys doing out there to help you prepare? Anything that I know Chris Chambers is the owner, I believe. Any words of encouragement that he's giving you guys?
For the most part, we've been working out here. I mean, I think Chris runs the one in Florida, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, and then out here in Cali, we work with Trey. But I mean, not really no words of wisdom, but we have been like the receivers have been working like directly with Chris.
Mhm.
I've been working with Trey for like the D line stuff. But I mean, I think them teaching us their craft or helping us learn our craft more, I feel like that's enough, you know.
Yeah.
Right. How's the experience been there?
Oh, it's great. Like just because back at home right now it's like freezing cold.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna
So
ask.
I'm out here in Cali. I can't complain. Give me a nice little tan. I don't know if I can say tan because I'm already super dark. So it's more like,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm just trying to get my even, uh, get a nice little even on. But
So
yeah,
I'm,
man, it's
I'm
great
I'm
out
looking
here in
forward
Cali.
to it. I'm looking forward to everything that you got going, man. And I'm wishing the best, and I know you're in good hands out there training. 'Cause Chris is a great guy. I know the workouts and stuff and the people he got on staff gonna get you right, gonna get you to to place you want to go, and get you in the
Uh,
best shape possible. So big ups to them out there,
Right.
And we're gonna conclude this. Again, this is www.killthatnoise.com. I'm your boy D. Cameron McMahon, my man Joe's son.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
thanks for joining us, my man Merrick Jackson III, University of Minnesota Golden Gopher,
thank you.
superstar defensive tackle.
Before we
Thank
go,
you,
Merrick, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom,
Can't forget the moms.
my mom. Okay, that's just it.
That's it. All right. All right, Merrick. We
Hey,
appreciate it.